So we're going to talk about enable default skins concept, not hide cosmetics concept. Okay, let's talk about this. I see a lot of people in Discord and some others discussing this during the live stream or dev questions. However, there is a take on this idea I can appreciate and actually have benefits for the game. Location. In-game settings under visual video would have enable default skins. What does this setting do? This would apply a default skin for each race, male and female, that is within your drawing rendering distance and prevents the equipped items, equipping transmogs, and equipped skins. Okay, this mirrors the same concept as War Sieges, but is utilized in all scales and outside of War Sieges. I like it. I like this. I like this idea. Why can this be helpful? This would have an impact on players' performance by reducing the amount of unique objects to render. Same concept being used in War Sieges, yes. It could also be used to help reduce the minimum PC requirements as well by having this option enabled. This could enable the ability to target a larger gaming audience that might have older gaming systems. Yes, absolutely. The downfall would be that a person's cosmetics they have gathered in game and or acquired through the shop store backing would not be visible to those players. Yes. But look at what this person did. This person said this would apply a default skin for each race, not your default skin. This isn't a method that you would use to take away people's cosmetics. This is really, really, really well written, because what this is doing is this is one of those ways to open up that target audience, that target market. So the thing that we talk about, who is your Ashes of Creation target audience? There is a slice of that blue target audience that is going to want to be able to play want to play your game, but they're not going to be able to play your game because they don't have the hardware to do that. So I think this is a great concept. This is by Threather. I recommended Threather take this. I don't think you guys get the basic idea. People pay money to appeal a certain way in-game to you. If they can't appear that certain way to the other players, then their money wasn't well spent. I don't like the way 90% of people customize their characters, but since cosmetics have become detached from gameplay and an income stream for developers, I doubt you will ever get any settings options to hide visuals that other people paid for. It would hurt the sales. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to say this. George Black just needs to get the fuck off the forums. George is one of those individuals who I think stalks the forums. George Black needs to stop getting offended at every post. I'm saying it and Carthus is typing it at the same time. Number one, I think George hates life. If you go into the official forums and you look everywhere, George is always knocking people's ideas, and this is a great idea. People pay money to appear a certain way in game to you. But I can already, aren't they adding default player appearances? They're already adding in default player appearances for Sieges and Wars. And Threather's idea just takes what they're doing and going a little bit further. That's false. I don't care if you like it, how I look, as long as I like it, because I will look at it 7 days in a week. Also, exactly. If you equip cosmetics, they're for you. You can't make me look at your cosmetics, right? So I disagree. Thanks for the reply, George. I think you misunderstood the reasoning behind the enable default skins versus hide cosmetics. I am assuming that you think I'm against skins cosmetics, which I am not. I am for seeing skins and transmogs. I want to see people's awesome looks. Hide cosmetics discussions normally are saying that you hide full body skins and or transmog options on gear and see all of the gear that the person has equipped. This would allow you to see if they are using light, medium, heavy. This is not what I am proposing, and it is not the reason I am proposing this. Boom! Threather's just throwing fucking fire off the mound. In my post above, I did mention that enabling default skins is to help reduce the strain on a person's system when multiple players are in the same area. I hope this makes my point a little more clear. My title also has it in that this is not a hide cosmetics post, because I am basically suggesting putting a full body cosmetic on everyone based on their race, so they are greatly reduced number of unique skins to render at one time. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I like Threather even more now. I think you misunderstood as the polite version of when I just say you're a dumbass. Yeah, right? I think there are better, more effective, and well-established means of achieving the same thing. Reducing particle effects, lowering texture details, reducing draw distance, lowering shadow quality. Making a person look like a level 1 newbie just out of the portal isn't going to really do anything effective to help your graphics rendering. You, Adama, are another person who doesn't know what the hell you're talking about. No, reducing particle effects, lowering texture details, reducing draw distance is not going to achieve what Threather is saying. Because I can take, let's not even guess. Let's go right here. Ready? If we go here, if I have this many people on my screen, you'll notice they're all wearing the same thing. Because they're all wearing the same thing, my computer only has to load one thing 500 times. Even if you lower the particle effects, you lower the texture details, you reduce the draw distance. Reducing the draw distance is not the same thing, because reducing the draw distance reduces how many people I can have on my screen at one time. So this solves it, but it doesn't solve it neat. If I have 500 people on my screen and they have 500 different things, I'm loading 500 things one time. If I have 500 people on my screen and I have this Threather's idea of default appearances for race, I'm loading 18 things, and each one of those 18 things I'm loading multiple times. So when you say, well, there's another way to do it, but then you don't even know what you're talking about, draw distance doesn't do what Threather's talking about. Let me talk about draw distance in ArcAge. In ArcAge, unless you enabled default player appearance, you couldn't move your draw distance to the right. It was hard capped at 100. It was hard capped at 100 while people were in their own appearance. If you put everybody in default player appearance, then you were able to load 200 people, because what they said is you're not going to, we don't want to melt your card. Sounds like Threather is worried about towns, cities, castle siege. Draw distance doesn't do anything. If all 500 people are inside your minimum draw distance, you didn't solve the problem. The problem with that becomes the system is randomly deciding which 200 people which 200 people you're going to render. I've played ArcAge where I'm being hit by somebody I can't see. And I did this once on the show. People knew how to trigger this effect where you had people that were going to be at the back of the fight rush forward and then run backwards while their frontliners ran forwards. Well, you couldn't render all those people. They were staying inside the draw distance, especially people that were running the FOV mod. So now all of a sudden, you're getting damaged from an invisible opponent. That is because your system has said, I can only load 100 enemies, and I have 100 enemies loaded. Until you kill one of them, or one of them leaves the draw distance range, I can't show you anymore. I can't show you the guy beating your ass, because your system can't load anybody else. Your silly hat gives me lag argument is a bit eyebrow raising. Adama doesn't understand technology. Yes, your silly hat will give people lag. Imagine if Steven gave me 500 hat codes and each hat was procedurally generated with a different shape, a different size, a different texture, a different color. That's 500 things your system has to, that's 500 things your system has to render. And that's just hats. That's just hats. Now, imagine, non-random procedural generation. Now imagine you've got 500 people, 500 hats, 500 cloaks, 500 chess pieces, blah, blah, blah. Again, can I get glasses in real life that turn people's Rolex watches and Jordan sneakers into sundials? I'm not trying to devalue other people's purchases. I just want to see what people would look like in Flintstone's timeline. Funny. If your system can't handle that much detail, just turn your graphics down. Davey Wavy is another person who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. I can have 500 people on my screen rendered wearing 500 different things, and I can turn my graphics down, and I still have to render 500 things at just a lower graphic fidelity. This is people that don't understand that the lower the quality of your graphics doesn't mean your GPU suddenly says, oh, you were forcing me to load 500 things, but now you're forcing me to load 500 things at a lower quality. Your graphics card is saying, yeah, 500 hats versus 500 colored blocks. Exactly. I want to load 500 things. I want to load 250 things. I want to load 100 things. I want to load one thing. I want to load one thing 500 times is a lot less stress on your computer than I want to load 500 things one time. You are both correct. There are great methods to reduce strain on one's system. The issue I'm addressing isn't that a single unique hat gives me lag. It is the fact that I could be asked to process 200 unique hats, 200 unique legs, 200 unique boots, 200 unique weapons, 200 unique gloves, and list goes on with every visible piece of gear a person can wear. This actually does have a large impact on lag. Yes, it does. This is the reason why Intrepid is already using this exact concept in their sieges to a universal skin. To a universal skin. I also made no suggestion to make them look like a level 1 newbie. I do not have a concept in mind how to make each individual skin look. The other thing you could do here is you could have level 1, level 25, and level 50. So you would then move that up from 18 to 54. But that's still a lot less items than the combined combination. Plus, you can also do that with those would be full single piece sets instead of a bunch of individual objects. To my knowledge, the tech you were talking about isn't something that is only active for sieges and instead something you will automatically see when your system is struggling to render characters on your screen. No, it's for sieges and wars. I mean, they could make default player appearance active anytime, but I don't think that people want to walk around all the time seeing. And for those of you that don't know what default player appearance is, I want to see if there's a better one. I don't have my own image of this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the standard one. The problem is that nobody gives a shit about graphic fidelity when you're talking about sieges, because people are playing sieges not because they want to see everybody's pretty dress up. They want sieges to run smooth. Default player appearances, there'll only be 4 models that you load. Red female, red male, blue female, blue male. So this in ArcAge is an example of default player appearance. All the NPCs, all the players, all look like the same character. And this way you have reds and blues fighting each other. You have a female model and a male model. I would actually go so far as to say, I don't think we need to have female models and male models. I get that females, like, I get that girl gamers want to be like, I want to be represented. And you're like, but you're already an MMORPG player. Don't you want. But why male models? I'm okay with either, man. Why is everyone so negative? Why not just give some actual constructive feedback? Yeah, instead of canceling everyone's idea. Most of these people are the people who are unsuccessful in their real lives, and they just like shitting on people because they feel like good about it. Let's see what this person says. Yes. Look at that. The guy with the chimp as a signature says one word. Yes. Seems like a textured detail slider would be much more effective than an option to change shameless revealing blue robes to peasant robes. Again, doesn't fix the problem. Yeah, but why doesn't matter. The point is that one general model would reduce the stress on the PC by 50% because you'd be taking one male and you'd be taking one red and one blue model out. It's Frostpaw. Let's see. And then these guys just derail the conversation. So, let's go with the last one. Let's go with the last one. Actually, we're gonna go with that last one in just a second. We're gonna do our stream raiders. In the overland, they could have 3 to 6 default appearances for each race be applied if the number of PCs reaches a certain number. No, Threather's idea is to have yeah, Threader's idea, you just take it a step further. You have a level 1, a level 25, or not even a level 1. You have like a level 15, a level 35, and a level 50. So it gives you like a rough appearance of, you know, a visual graphic of what the person should be. Remember though, you're not talking about taking anything away from the majority of players. You're not talking about taking anything away from the majority of players. You're talking about increasing the target audience pool so that more people can play your game. Every single person that shit on Threader in that thread is somebody that I personally don't want in the community, because Threader's like brainstorming, how do we make the pool of available players bigger? And all those other people are like, I don't know shit about shit, but just reduce the texture detail. Really? How does that help? I don't know. I think we should go to Unreal Engine 5. Why? Because it looks amazing. Really? Do you really believe that Unreal Engine 5 makes shitty art look good? Because let me tell you, Unreal Engine 5 doesn't look better than Unreal Engine 4. Unreal Engine 5 doesn't look better than Unreal Engine 4. Unreal Engine 5 allows you to get that better looking stuff with less work. Unreal Engine 5 comes with it, not a better way to do it. It comes with a pre-automated way to do it. You can get the same graphic fidelity in Unreal Engine 4 as you can in Unreal Engine 5. It's just a matter of how much work do you want to do versus how much work do you want the system to do for you. It's like, I say this to people all the time. Like, somebody gives me a list of names in Excel, and this really long list, and like, you have to get rid of all the duplicates. Okay, there's like 5 ways to do that. How do you want it done? What do you mean there's 5 ways to do it? Well, the automated faster way is to just sort the column by name, and then you're like, okay, Betty Ross, Betty Ross, get rid of that. The other one is to just type /unique and highlight column A, and it's just going to bring out one of each. It's going to bring you all the unique ones. People are like, well, that's because... No, it's not because of anything. It's because you need to know how to use the tool. I can do it manually, or I can use the tool to do it automatically. Unreal Engine 5 just does it natively, automatically. Now let me put in the stream marker. RP.
I say, Sprocket, we've reached the end of another video. Time to thank the sponsors. Yes, that will do, that will do. Shall we pop off for a spot of tea?